my quest was, is there a formula between every single wealthy person that I can distill into a few identifiable points? And that's a formula I'm going to make sure I practice and I also preach.
Do you want to share it?
You want to hear it?
Yes. Don't we? I'm going to write it down.
Well, if you think about every wealthy person in the world, and this came now from reading and distilling, and I came across this one book in 1977. It was entitled The Money Masters, written by John Train, a New York investment counselor. And as I was going through the different chapters on the people who made money in America, I was getting more and more frustrated because invariably, most of them made money by trading securities, trading currencies, predicting interest rates. And I thought, being an engineer, being a tactile person, I didn't feel comfortable that I could extrapolate from historical data into the future. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I was becoming very frustrated until I came across a chapter on Warren Buffett in 1977. And that was my eureka moment. Because from that chapter, I concluded the following. There are 5 common things that wealthy people all do. Number 1, every single one of them, they own a few high-quality businesses. Not too many. Few high-quality businesses. Number 2, every single wealthy person in the world, they really understand those few businesses. Number 3, every single wealthy person in the world really have used other people's money to have created wealth. Number 4, every single wealthy person in the world has made sure that those few businesses that they own, they are domiciled in strong long-term growth industries. So it's a combination of owning a great business that you understand that's in a rising tide that will create wealth. And number 5, every single wealthy person in the world created his or her wealth by simply holding those few businesses for the long term. So those were the 5 distillates that I gleaned to that point. And I thought, this will be my cause. And I built a business around investing in that manner because I superimposed what everybody else was doing. In fact, we have an entire industry, the securities industry and the asset management industry, which is doing the exact opposite. Because a mutual fund typically owns 100, 200 different businesses. So I thought, this is crazy because I don't know one individual in the world who owns 100 different businesses. So it doesn't make any sense. Secondly, so if you go through the list, wealthy people own a few, mutual funds own hundreds, diversification. Secondly, I thought if you own, I don't know anyone who can understand more than a few businesses. But mutual funds own hundreds. So is it possible for that money manager to understand hundreds of businesses? And if you own hundreds, you're going to own some that are in good industries, poor industries, poor industries. Why would you rationally, logically go out and buy a business that is in a subpar industry? Why would you do that? But if you own 100, you will. Yeah. And fourthly, if you own 100 different businesses, for you to understand them, you have to know the acumen of the CFO, as an example, because the CFO is a very important person in the organization. And if you don't know who the CFOs are, you're speculating. And lastly, every single wealthy person owns their business for the long term. Mutual funds typically turn over their portfolios once a year. I don't know of one wealthy person who buys and sells his or her business every year. So I thought this industry, this product, is totally opposite to how wealth is created. And that's wrong. Therefore, I'm going to start a business that is dedicated to the principles, those 5 points. That's what I did.